poor woman enters a hotel. A kind-hearted waitress greets her politely. An arrogant waiter, standing nearby, says to the poor woman, "What are you doing here?" The woman replies, "I came here to eat." The kind-hearted waitress says, "Then please come in and have a seat." The poor woman happily sits at a table. The kind-hearted waitress politely asks, "What would you like to eat?" The poor woman shows her a few coins. The kind-hearted waitress says, "Don't worry about the money. Today, I will pay for your meal myself." She then goes to get the food. Meanwhile, a wealthy man sitting nearby calls the arrogant waiter and says, "Are you going to seat me next to that poor woman? Don't you know the difference in our status?" The arrogant waiter says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." The rich, arrogant man says, "Get her out of here quickly, or you'll have to deal with me." The arrogant waiter angrily says to the kind-hearted waitress, "Where are you going? Are you really going to serve this poor woman?" The kind-hearted waitress replies, "It's my choice whom I serve, and besides, I'm paying for her meal myself." The arrogant waiter says, "Because of her, our other customers are getting disturbed." The kind-hearted waitress says, "You're forgetting she is also one of our customers, just like the others." The arrogant waiter says, "I'll complain to the manager right now," and he leaves. A short while later, he reaches the manager and complains about the kind-hearted waitress, saying she is feeding a beggar woman in the hotel, and it's disturbing the other customers. Meanwhile, as soon as the kind-hearted waitress serves the food to the poor woman, the woman says, "I don't want you to lose your job because of me. I should leave." The kind-hearted waitress replies, "Please don't worry, I'll handle everything." Soon the arrogant manager comes and says to the waitress, "The manager wants to see you. You will have to explain your actions." The kind-hearted girl becomes very worried. At that moment, the poor woman calls the waitress over, asks for a pencil, and then quietly leaves. Then the manager angrily asks the kind-hearted waitress, "Why did you let that poor woman inside?" The kind-hearted waitress says, "She was hungry and didn't have any money, so I gave her food." The manager says, "Then who will pay for her meal?" The waitress replies, "I will." In reality, that poor woman was not poor at all. She was the owner of the hotel. She had come to test the kindness of her staff. She writes a letter to the manager, praising the kind-hearted waitress for her compassion and recommends her for a promotion. When the kind-hearted waitress returns to the place where she had served the poor woman, she finds a letter and some money. Upon reading the letter, she becomes happy. It's a thank you note from the poor woman, who is actually the hotel owner, and it announces the waitress's promotion. The manager promotes the kind-hearted waitress for her kindness and fires the arrogant waiter for his pride. It's true what they say, do good, and good will come to you. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the video.